Hi, Christy Santa here with a review of the ABC Family sci-fi drama series Stitchers. I watched the pilot episode, which was very fast-paced, within the first few minutes. I was introduced to the main character, Christian Clark, a brilliant Caltech student who suffers from temporal dysplasia, a condition that prevents her from understanding and properly expressing normal human emotions. Within the first few minutes, Kirsten's world is torn upside down. She is brought before Dean Jerome Harvick by her roommate Camille, accused of sabotaging a computer program she has worked on for months. Christian unemotionally states that Camille is not very good with computers, much less programming, and very likely harmed her own computer program. She then uses her iPad to fix Camille's program. However, this does not sway Dean Harvick, and Christian is promptly suspended. Within moments of being suspended and leaving Caltech, she is stopped by Detective Quincy Fisher, who informs her that her father, Ed Clark, has committed suicide and he'd like her to come to the police station morgue to view the body and be interviewed. Christian quickly informs Detective Fisher that Ed Clark is not her real father, that when she was a little girl her mother died, and her real father, unable to cope, decided he couldn't raise his daughter any longer and left her with his best friend Ed Clark to raise. She would never see her real father again. The scene then moves to the police station from Caltech, and while Detective Fisher tries to convince Christian that Ed died and she should accept it, Christian fights him and tells him no. She still believes Ed Clark was murdered, but they are interrupted by another police officer who comes into Fisher's office. He informs him that yet another bombing, there have been several that have taken place in San Francisco, has happened again, and he turns on Fisher's television in his office to show him the news story and the building that is billowing smoke and fire. While Fisher and the officer are watching the television, Christian takes out her cell phone and snaps a picture of Fisher's computer screen before she leaves the police station. She hurries back to the home she shares with her roommate Camille and is faced by one angry roommate who doesn't want Christian to enter, but to just take the stuff she has packed and leave. But Christian moves past Camille, enters her room, and tries to get on her laptop to access the Caltech computer system, but she has already been locked out. She then tries to convince Camille to let her use her laptop, but Camille sticks to her guns that Christian has to leave, and tells her if she so badly wants to investigate Ed Clark's death, she should break into the dean's office, which Christian does. Within minutes of beginning to read the file, federal agents break into the office and point guns at her. Christian is then taken to a Chinese restaurant where she meets Maggie, an NSA agent who wants to recruit Christian to the Stitchers program. Stitchers is a computer system that inserts the consciousness of a living individual into someone who is deceased to get access to their memories and solve the mystery of his or her death. In the pilot episode, the victim, whose Maggie wants Christian's consciousness to enter, is the body of the bomber who has planted bombs around San Francisco before he used one on himself. Now, the recap of this episode to this point was very fast-paced and pretty intriguing to see just how quickly Christian's world at Caltech fell apart. However, there were two problems I had with this episode. One, I wish the actors had not talked so rapidly. I realize There is a very urgent matter to deal with, stopping any more people from being blown up. But did it really require the actors talking fast? I don't think so. I also felt maybe the scenes as Christian's world falls apart could have been a little slower. However, that was not as bad as the actors talking rapidly. They never slowed down much at all. I will watch another few episodes of Stitchers because I like the premise of it, the idea of a living person entering a deceased person's mind to solve their death. I sincerely hope that the program will improve and I won't have to stop watching. But if it doesn't, I will definitely drop Stitchers. Thank you for listening to my review of Stitchers, which airs on ABC Family at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. Till next week, take care.